All right, so I'll start with a recap from tomorrow's class. So let's just go open a new architectural file. All right, so now over here, can anybody tell me the procedure how we were going about the conceptual mask file? As in yesterday, what we did for making the void and cutting through the void. What is the first step? How do I go about it?
Create planes, ma'am.
No. Right now I'm in my architectural file. So think.
Ma'am, new conceptual mass.
Yeah.
Conceptual mass.
And
metric.
then go to level 1.
Yes. Then now what do I have to do?
Then select a plane horizontal.
So I'll go to my floor plan.
Level 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Create new
Now?
plane.
Okay.
Rectangle.
No, I need to create new plane no first. This
Okay.
I'm talking about the void which we did. So for void we had to create planes. So let's say I will create all these planes. Now, what was like the most important thing which we did with the planes? Before
Naming.
starting
Numbering them.
Yeah. So let me just number them.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
After creating rectangle, we cannot create the plane. After creating the rectangle for that surface, we cannot create the plane.
You can
Okay.
create the plane afterwards also.
Okay.
But this one,
Okay.
remember, I wanted to like I have
Align.
to make profiles in different planes first, no? Like with the spline tool, remember, we were doing that first. For this, I'm talking about the void which I created, and then the
Okay, man.
surface
Okay.
which was that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So now what do I have to do? I have named my planes. Now I want to make that profile. But first I need to go to one of the elevations.
Elevation.
Right? Yeah. So which one do you think? Which one should I go? Look over here also in your view cube and tell me which will be a
East.
suitable elevation? East.
East.
Yeah. Now here what do I do?
Create another plane.
No, not create another plane.
Level.
Set
No,
reference.
not level. Set. Set. No?
Set reference plane.
Yes, exactly. Now I will turn on my show command also, and let's say I create over here using the spline tool. Then in one plane I have created. How do I go to another work plane?
Set another plane.
So I'll choose another plane, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now again I'll create another form. Now what I'll do now, over here only, let's say I'll explain using the two profiles only. So now I'll select these two, and what do I need to do?
Create
form. Create void form.
Voids.
Create void form.
Yes.
Create void form.
Yeah. Now I'll go to my
Select.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I tried yesterday copying this profile to different planes. Not working. Is it possible?
It won't. I think it will create, like, it will give you an error.
Yeah, it's pasting in the same plane.
Exactly, because that's what, no, because that is something which you have created on that plane. So you can go to another plane, like with a good, let's say the elevation only, and if you trace over it or pick line, then it will be like, then it can be done.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm getting a problem here. Ma'am.
Tell me.
When I select the another plane and I draw over it, the plane is what we draw is getting stick to the earlier plane. When we draw.
Have you turned on your 3D snapping? Check whether your 3D snapping is turned on or not, and also check whether your draw on face is turned on or not.
Yeah, ma'am. I have not turned down the 3D snapping.
Are you in your elevation?
Yeah.
Are you doing this set reference plane and all these things? Selecting different reference plane?
Yes, ma'am. I will do it and I will tell you now.
Because then it shouldn't be happening.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Now pay attention, Karan, over here. What I have to do in this one is, see, select this rectangular form. Now create a solid form out of it. And let's say, just drag it till the height of the void. Okay. Now, I'll again go to my flow plan. I'll select this entire thing and I will copy. Let's say I'll take the multiple copy and I will copy. Okay. Now you wanted to see the cut geometry part, right? You and Keetana had the problem with the cut geometry part. So now you both pay attention what is happening. So now after you have created something like this, you have to go to cut geometry option, click on this, and then first select the void. First select the void form element, then click on the rectangle. Then again, bring your, see, right now you can't see the void. But when you bring your cursor near the place where void was created, it will highlight it. So now click on this. Now click on the void again, and then click on the rectangle. Click on the void, click on the rectangle. Void, rectangle, void, rectangle. And then double escape.
Okay, ma'am. I will try it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We'll try.
But Keetana, even you understood, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now we were seeing the other part, how to create face. So let's just do that. I'll delete all the extra planes. Now in this one, let's say that I will just close all the inactive windows. Okay. So now, how did I go about the last part which we covered yesterday? As in creating the conceptual mass and putting floors and everything. How did I start about it?
Draw a rectangle and make it as a form.
Which form? Void form or solid form?
Solid form.
Solid.
Yeah.
Then load into project.
Okay. Now.
Then 3D. You have to see in 3D, and we just click.
Yeah. Tell me.
Click on that model.
Okay.
Mass.
Now we have to set levels first.
Yes.
Levels first.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll go to any of the elevation and what do I need to do? I need to create the levels. So from where do I get the level?
Levels.
Here. And can I copy the levels? Like just copy paste it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
They won't be visible in the project browser.
Yes. Okay. So I have created all the levels. Now what do I do?
Passing on site.
I will go to before that I need to do something
Mom.
else.
Go to 3D
Yeah,
and click on that model.
yeah.
Mass floors, in the top, mass floors.
Yes. And now what do I do with all these levels?
Select them.
Check them. Yeah.
Okay. So now my mass floors are ready. Now next, what do I do? I have created the mass floor. Now what do I do to get a solid floor over here?
Massing and size
Massing and site.
Yeah.
and create
Floors.
floor option.
Floor option.
Now,
Select multiple. Then click on to create floor.
yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is what we do while we are creating the while we have to create the floors. Is it clear now, Keetana?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, no problem. See, so I think till here we all learned, right? I mean, we didn't go any further to wall and roof.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So now just like, very easily we can create the floors, we can also create the wall and the roof. So go to wall by face. Even this is wall by face. That means it just takes the wall and it will create the wall by clicking on the walls. So click on the wall and then just select. I turn on the shaded option so that you can see. So just select like this and then double escape. So your walls are also created. Your walls are also created. And then for the roof, again, you can go to the roof by face option and click on the top level and do create. And then double escape. So this way, your wall and your roof and your floors, all these three major elements of a building can be created. Understood, everybody? Now, if we just go here, turn like right now the show mass form and floors is turned on, right? If I click on the first option, show mass by view settings, you will get all the solid elements. All right. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, just try this quickly. And now what I want, like take 5 minutes time, what I want all of you to do quickly is create another conceptual mass file. And do you guys remember how we used to create one, like divide one surface and give like a frame to that pattern, which we learned using the metric curtain panel pattern based file?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so do that. Do that. Let's say I divide the surface, I give it a pattern, and then I will go to my family. I'll open the curtain panel pattern based, open, and over here, I'll just go to the properties option, make it to hexagon, place a point element, set the plane, turn on show, click on the circle, do this, and then load into project. Now click on this one and this. Now load this one into your project file. And I want to tell you what is the difference which you can see. Load this file into the project file in the exact similar manner. And then tell me like what is the difference which you can see between the previous family which you loaded and now whatever you'll be loading. Done everybody? Could anybody load it into the project?
Yes, ma'am.
What was happening? Like could you
Yes,
see
ma'am.
any change when you loaded into the project file? Any difference from the previous conceptual mass when you were loading? If I load this into my project file, yeah. If I place this into my project file, what is happening? Can anybody tell me like what is happening? There is something different.
Transparent, not completely.
Yeah, it's not completely transparent, right? Remember family one when we placed it was looking like this, completely transparent. But in this one, you will see that the frames which you created for the facade, it's actually visible. Like you don't need to do anything to it. It's anyway in a solid form and it is visible in my conceptual mask. So when I go to masking and site and when I do show mask by view setting, this part is going to stay visible. Rest everything will go, but this part will stay visible. So when I'm dealing with such buildings, so basically when I'm doing wall also, I can click on all these sides and then floor as well. You can just select this, create mask floors at let's say all these levels you created. and then go to floor. Select all the floors, create floor. And then when you again go to massing and site and do this one, this is how it's going to look like. So what I was trying to say, that this facade which you got over here, it will be visible, like you don't need to do anything to this part, but then rest of the surface, whatever is there, you need to put some solid floor, solid wall, solid roof, that you have to do separately. Okay, so keep this in mind. Now another important thing which we are going to see today is, can anybody remember when we were making the parameters, then there were two options in the parameter property box, in which I told that we will talk about the options later, but we were clicking on the first option only. If you all remember when we were converting the dimension into parameter. Can anybody remember what were the two options given to you when you convert a dimension into a parameter?
Shared
What, your voice is cracking? So now if I select the dimension, I do create parameter. What are the two options which I'm getting for the under parameter data?
An instance, ma'am.
Type an instance.
Type and instance. So basically what happens that for the parameters which you are creating, right? All the parameters which you are creating, there are two types of parameters. One is type parameter and another one is instance parameter. So now we already saw, like, let's just create type parameter as well as instance parameter. So now this one, I will create these two dimensions as type parameters. Okay, A, B. Now again, I will open another file. So now again, I'll click on create parameter, and in this one, I will type I will click on instance and then type the name. Okay, now see, A1 is done, B1 is done. Now what I'll do, this one I have created in this one. In family 4, I have created A, B, and this is type parameter. Family 5, I have created A1, B1, and these two are instance parameters. So now
was
create
not instant.
what?
B1 was not instance check.
Is it? Okay, yeah. Okay, now both are instance. Now do this, everybody. Create one conceptual mask with type parameters and one with instance parameters. Then we will load both of them into the project and see what is the difference between instance and type parameters. Done, everybody?
No, ma'am. 2 minutes.
Okay, take your time.
Done.
What?
Done. Done, ma'am.
Okay, done.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now let's just load both of them into our project file. So I will put this one in project file. One second, I'll just open another. So these two are my conceptual mass file. And now I'll just open a project file. Okay. So now I will do load into project 2, okay. And this has been placed. Now let's just open the 3D. So now when I click on this, as soon as you click on any element in Revit, the properties tab gets activated, and basically your whatever is the whatever are the properties for that particular element, all the properties would get highlighted. So now this is our family 4, the family which had all the type properties. Now after you have placed this, there is something called edit type. So here the name will be there, and see in this one your name will be there, and drop down option if more family would be if more families are loaded into the project, then all the family names would be there. For now only family 4. So next to this you will see something called edit type. Click on this. Now you can see that under type properties, you have the name. So there is something called family, and under family, there are different types. So whatever we make in the family file, all those things are family. And then the different categories within the family are called types. Okay. Now over here, you will see that you have your dimensions mentioned under type parameters. So this is called type properties, because you remember the type parameters, the parameter type was selected as type. So type properties, and here you have the type parameters. And under type parameters, you will see A and B, right? You can see both the dimensions under this edit type option. Now, just to show you how it works, I will create another copy of this one. And then I'll show you how it works. So now all these 3 are family 4, and basically the type had to be, one second, I'll do one thing. Okay. So now when I click on this, the family name is displayed and the type of the family will be displayed. Now, let's say I copy this one. Now, what is happening? I have created 2 more copies of this type. So now if you will pay attention, you will see that the family is family 4, name is option 1. Even for this one, the family is same, the type name is same, family is same and type name is same. So basically of the same type, you can have different elements. Okay, do this everybody. Create three copies of the type. Basically the conceptual mass where you give type parameters. Done?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Just create, import it and load it into your project and create three of these type parameters conceptual mass.
It is not showing the option one that you said earlier. I've made the 3 copies, but it is not showing the option that what was written there.
Which one? The edit type option.
No. When you click the box, you see that option written there. This one.
I change it. Don't worry. I'll tell you how to do it. I change it. For you, it must be family only written, right?
Yeah, family.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll tell you how to change it.
Done, ma'am.
Done? All right. So now click on this and now you will observe that when you created the copy, all 3 will have the same name, like the same type. Because all the 3 are of same type. They belong to the same family and same type also. Now click on any one of them and now let's go to edit type. So over here you see the family name is there and type. Now earlier the type name was also the same as family name. So I did rename and I changed it. So even over here, let's say I want to make it as option 1. This is what I'll get. Type option 1. I have renamed it. Just use the rename command. Now, what you have to do is, see, this is the way you can rename it. Now, let's say I want to change the A dimension. If I want to change the A dimension, I'll have to open this and I'll have to type in the dimensions over here. Now, once you have typed the dimensions, do apply. See, all the 3 changed. It's not that only one changed. Why all the 3 changed? Because all 3 belong to the same type and I am editing the type properties. That means all the 3 have the same set of type properties.
Just like AutoCAD blocks, right, ma'am?
Yeah. So basically over here, what is happening? There is something called type properties and all the type for one single type, the type properties will be same. So just because we had copied the same type 2 more times, so all 3 are having all 3 belong to the same type of the family. All 3 will have the same set of type properties. And if I make change in any one of the type properties, it will be reflected in the rest of 2 as well. Okay, do this everybody. Just click on your element, go to edit type, try renaming it first, and then just go to your dimension and change it, and then do apply, and then okay. Don't forget to press apply.
Done, ma'am.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what if I just want this one to change but not the others to change? Can I do this? Yes. How do I do it? Click on it, edit type. You have something called duplicate. So what does duplicate do? It will duplicate the, like basically how you use the save as command to have the exact same file but a separate, like the copy of the same thing but in a separate file. So we do the we use the duplicate to do the same thing. So click on duplicate, and let's say it is named as option 2 and okay. Now see if you are trying to make the changes, is it reflecting in others also? No, only this got changed. Why? Because I have changed the type only. The type is option 2 now, the new type which got created. And these two belong to option 1. That's why these two have the same type properties. So whenever you want to create a unique one, you will have to go to edit type and you will have to duplicate. Then only you will be able to get a new set of, like, then only you will get a new type, and then you can change the properties. Otherwise, same type will have the exact same properties. Understood, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Try doing this.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Got it, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Now what I want all of you to do is go to the instance parameter one, the conceptual mass in which you have given instance parameter. Now, in the instance parameter option, go to load into project and place this one 3 times.
Ma'am, in the same project file or we have to create
Same
new
project
project?
file only, same project
Yeah.
file.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's not getting loaded, ma'am.
Why? What is happening?
It's not loading only, ma'am. I just gave load into project. It's not coming in my
You have to do load into
project.
project. Make sure that your project 2 is turned on. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Then
turned on.
okay. Now remember, I told you guys that how to, if you're not getting it, how to get the family, whatever family you have loaded into the project, how to get it. Try to remember it. Under component, we can find all the families which we have loaded. So over there, try to find it and make sure that you're either in your 3D or your flow plan.
Okay,
And
okay.
it is showing two options: override the existing version or override the
Because I think you did what you did, no? You made the changes in your the one conceptual mask which you already loaded into the project. You have made the changes in that conceptual mask file only, and then you're trying to again load it. That's why it's asking whether you want to override whatever changes the parameters you have done, or like whether you don't want to do it. So click on the second option. There will be an option of override with the parameters. This thing also, no? Click on the second one.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done, everybody. Now click on these, basically the three options which you have, the instance one. Click on any one of them. Can you tell me any difference in the properties panel which you can see?
it is showing parameter.
The A1 and B1, the dimensions which I created as parameter.
Or
Dimensions tab.
is not there.
Yeah, dimensions tab. You're saying that it's over here only. I don't have to go to edit type.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then try changing any one of them. Does it get reflected in the other two also?
No, ma'am.
No. Why? Can anybody like tell me why just the name only? Can anybody explain why this is happening?
Or if we copy it, will not be inst-
Basically, as the name suggests, instance parameter, that means the properties will be changed, the parameter will be changed instantly. It doesn't depend on whether they belong to same type or whatever. You can just change it instantly. Okay? And other two,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah,
I have a doubt, ma'am.
yeah,
While you're selecting the object in the 3D view, your dimensions are getting displayed, ma'am, both of them, A1 and B1.
yeah.
Whereas when I am trying, only A1 is getting displayed, and when I click
Because,
on edit type, B2, B1 is getting displayed, ma'am.
why is that? Because B1 you have by mistake created as type parameter, and A1 you created as instance parameter.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay, I got it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's not getting loaded, ma'am, still now. Can I share the screen, ma'am?
Yes, one second. Yeah, share your screen.
Here, ma'am. Load into project. Project 2, ma'am. Okay.
Then
It's not getting.
where did I ask you to go? If you're not able to see it, I asked you to go to
Here, ma'am.
component. First you click on component, place a component, and you will see all the options are there. Under properties, you have all the options of the family which you have imported. I mean, which you have loaded into
Yes,
the
ma'am.
project. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Anybody else having any trouble related to this?
No, ma'am.
All right. So basically, this was the difference between the type parameter and the instance parameter. Now you all have to be very careful about this, and you have to keep it in mind, because from now onwards, from tomorrow onwards, I'll start with wall, door, etc. And from tomorrow onwards, we will be using this, like, almost for everything we will be using this type property, instance property, all these things we will be doing. So you have to keep in mind. Okay, keep in mind the entire concept of the type parameter, instance parameter, and then from tomorrow onwards, we will learn how all these things are important in the architectural elements. Anybody having any query?
Actually, ma'am, as you told earlier about the void thing, no, I
Yeah.
tried it again, but I still wasn't able to do it. It is
What?
snapping to the earlier plane only, ma'am.
Did you, 1 second, are you using the spline tool, this spline tool, spline through points?
Yeah.
No, use this one, spline. Remember, yesterday also somebody asked and I told no, spline through points, you don't have to use.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah,
I was using this.
that's Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I got the create mask flows and everything, but for some reason I create about 7 to 8 levels and about 3 to 4 only get created.
What? Only 3 to 4 got created?
Yeah, I check all the boxes and only 3 to 4 get created.
Okay. As in, no, basically, when you are that means the levels you didn't create, right? Basically, what happens, whatever levels you have created, no, all those levels will be appearing.
Yeah, that's what I have created about 6 to 7 levels.
Yeah.
You can check. You put the create mask option, you get the check boxes, right? So I check all of them,
yes.
but only 3 get created.
Did you, so your mask floors got created. Could you go to, then you have to go and click on the flow by face option under masking and side and then create the solid floors.
Okay, so I should go for flow by face and then create the solid flows.
Yes.
Okay, I will practice that and see.
I think this is the same thing which you asked me in the doubt also, no, guys? Because I think I saw the message now. So you couldn't create.
No, I couldn't get the option only that time. But
see,
finally I found out
the mask floor option will get activated once you click on the conceptual mask.
Yes,
Yes. So when you click on the conceptual mask, you get the mask floor option, and then it will ask the levels. You click on the levels are created, but for now only the mask floors are created. They are not solid floors. So you have to go to masking and site, click on floor by face, select all the floors, and do create floor. Then you can see the solid form.
No, see this plane that you can see, right? But
the
that plane should
one.
be seen for like if you create a flow, you see the plane that is created, right? That plane should be seen for every flow you've made, right? Even if you don't do the masking.
Yeah.
So that plane is not seen at all.
That's not possible. Basically, you should be getting. Can you just share with me a picture or a video of whatever you are doing, Rice, and I'll have a look at it.
Okay, because right now I think
not right now. I mean, after class, share a video and then I'll get back to you.
Okay, fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody else having any query? All right. So, guys, I'll have to go now. So tomorrow we'll have a class at 7 o'clock. Okay. Keep this in mind that tomorrow we are going to start at 7 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Take care.
Good night, ma'am.
Yeah.